Okay, well, welcome. Welcome to those that have joined. And yes, this is another Meaningful Monday. So here we are in September. So tonight's topic, taking it personally, is probably such a relevant one. I don't think any one of us can say that at some stage, even if you just think of the last week, just think of the last week of your life, if you didn't get upset by something, and we got upset because we took that thing personally. So just for those who are new, like Lachlan, welcome. Just to let you know about Meaningful Monday, just to give you some background, Meaningful Monday is a monthly free webinar on the first Monday of every month. And the purpose for running these webinars is just to create an awareness about you actively creating your own life, intentionally creating your own results, and living a happy and full life. Because the truth is, we do create our own reality, whether we're aware of it or not. So what I'm trying to do is make you aware that you are creating it and helping you with some guidelines that you can create the best life possible. Because when I say we create it, whether we're aware of it or not, what I mean by that is, you've heard the term, the law of attraction. Everyone's heard that. It's true. So we create our reality and bring into our experience things into our life that match the thoughts we have going on in our head, which trigger the emotions going on inside of us. So whatever we are emotionally feeling, we match that all the time. We bring that into our experience. So if you're feeling really good most of the time, you're going to bring and attract more experiences that make you feel good. And if you're grumpy and angry, you're going to just attract grumpy and angry people, more events that make you more grumpy and angry. So it is about creating our own reality. All right, so back to tonight's lesson on taking it personally. By the way, this is recorded, just purely to go into my YouTube channel for people who can't make it tonight. And I've had some requests this evening for the recording, so it is being recorded. If you have any issues with that, you can just close your camera. It's entirely up to you. So when I talk about, taking it personally, I just want to share maybe an example of my own, that when I look back now with the awareness I have today, I realize how much time, energy, and happiness I wasted not knowing this truth about taking things personally or not taking things personally. I call it a truth because as we go through the lesson, you'll see that this really is a truth. So what I mean by that is, our assumption sometimes that things are happening to us and it's personal could be so far off reality. So the example I want to give is, years ago, more than once, in my job in South Africa, in my job in Australia, more than 2 or 3 times in my life, actually, as an example, working in a corporate job, I had my bonus messed up, like paid a fraction of it, nowhere close to what it was agreed. And I just remember how offended I was that they didn't get it right. And then I went to talk about it and they couldn't fix it, or it took long, whatever it was. But I just remember how personally I took that. And now that I'm outside of it and I now have this new awareness and I look back, I realize it was nothing personal. And I once sat down and thought, let's really see what we can think up to piss Jeanine off. Let's just see what we can actually do to really wreck her day and see how long we can hold that out for. It's not like that. So I just remember being angry sometimes for months, not even weeks. As long as it took for them to resolve the issue or for me to just accept it and let it go, I was held in bondage. I call it bondage because it was bondage. It was like I was imprisoned in my own camp of unhappiness. And the only reason I mention this example is we do this all the time. There are so many examples of something that triggers an emotion within us, upsets us, and we hold on to it sometimes for longer than a day, sometimes for several days, sometimes for weeks. And in this example I'm giving you, it was for months, not even weeks. And you know what? Who suffered? I did. No one else was suffering. No one else was going around struggling with whatever I was taking personally. Only I suffered. And why this is so important is, in this time that we hold on to these things that upset us and take it so personally, we are, one, just robbing ourselves of potential happiness, 2, absolutely guaranteeing we're going to wake up and have another miserable day because we're going to think this thought again. And every time we think it, we're going to bring back negative emotion. Every time we have that going on, we are just missing the opportunity to have a positive emotion. And trust me, once you think about something once or twice for a couple of seconds, you start creating momentum. And this thought becomes almost like, it could be an addiction or an obsession, depending how strong your emotions are around this issue taking personally. If it's something that's really quite an emotional event for you, it can become like an obsessive compulsive thought, and it just ruins your day, ruins your weeks or your life or whatever it may be. So that's 2. And 3, which is probably the most important thing, is it doesn't only interfere with your current happiness, it absolutely guaranteed interferes with your future happiness. Because as I've said, this is the law of attraction. We're living in a universe of energy. Everything is energy. And basically the law of attraction is just a marketing or coined phrase that really explains a universal law, which is the law of vibration. And this doesn't depend on anyone's belief. I've said this many times before. The law of vibration says you'll attract to you whatever's a vibrational match to what's going on inside you. And what I mean by vibration means what mood you're in. What emotional state are you in? You're going to attract a match to that. Happy, happy, unhappy, unhappy. So taking things personally and holding on, besides stripping your current happiness, you are guaranteed to be stripping your future happiness, because whilst you're in that negative vibrational state, you are creating your future manifestations, and they are bound to be whatever it is that's you're taking it personally. So this example I spoke about, let's say the bonus, I was angry. So I would just find another thing that would come into my experience to make me angry. It doesn't have to be at work. It could be at work. It could be at home. It could be with a friendship. It could be in a supermarket. It could be anywhere. So think about your own life right now. Just take just the last 7 days. Let's just be simple, just to create an awareness here. Take the last week. Today's Monday. You've had the weekend, and you had 5 days of last week. Just think about any moment that you were upset. Doesn't matter how small it is or how big it is. You were upset about something. I want you to keep this in your mind right now and use it as a relevant example as we go through this content. Because if I don't do this with you, you may not relate. And unless you relate to this content, it's not going to change anything for you. And I want this to change things for you, because my intention of spending this hour together with you is to help you have a happier, healthier, wealthier, and more successful life. And by the same token, I just want to reel a little bit back and say, when I was talking about vibrational matching, and we create and we attract towards us the thing that's going on with our emotions, please understand that even if you're upset about, let's just say, something a family member said, let's just say it's about your hairstyle or what you're dressing like or what you haven't done, or a chore you said you're doing, you haven't done it. Even if it's that, if you take it personally, really get upset about it, maybe it's the 10th time they've done this and now it's really just too much and you're really upset, whatever it is, that you're holding about this family issue is actually affecting all your wishes, all your desires, all your dreams, all your goals about all the other things, whether it be your job, money, your health, getting over an illness, being more calm, not being fiery tempered, whatever it may be, it interferes across all of them. So nothing is isolated. You can't say, oh, I'm taking things personally at work, it's only going to upset things at work. It's going to affect all the other things outside of work. So let's just say you had this, desire to increase your income and have more prosperity in your life. You are affecting that. No matter what your negative emotion is about, you're affecting that. Because when we are experiencing negative emotion, we're in a state of resistance, and that energy cannot allow things to come into our experience that we really want. So I hope that just frames up the importance of this. And now going forward, think about your own issue that I mentioned. Have you all got one? If you haven't got one, I'll give you mine. I'm kidding. So make sure that you have one and try and relate as you listen to this and see if potentially this week happened again, could you have done things differently, spared yourself the unhappiness, the grief, the anger, the resentment, the frustration, the jealousy, whatever it may be, and had a better week? Because if you can learn to do that, that's freedom. And this is what I'm going to share with you tonight. Okay, so let's get in. And any questions at any stage, please just interrupt me and ask the questions. Okay. So I'm going to start off with the bottom line up front. The bottom line is, don't take anything personally. And I mean absolutely anything. This may sound ridiculous. This may sound really far-fetched. Well, I'm here to be far-fetched. I'm putting it out there. I'm saying it up front. This took me a while to get a handle on. But did you know, if you start looking for this information, there are so many books written about taking things personally, and that all the advice from every single one of them is, don't take anything personally. You see, the truth is, nothing that others do is because of you. Nothing. We think it's because of us, but it's not. What they say and what they do is a projection of their reality, of their own experience. So there's the saying, you cannot give away what you do not have. Well, this applies with good and it applies with bad. People who give a lot of love is because they're full of love. People who give away anger or create that in an experience is because they're full of it inside themselves. So it's always their own experience projected, their own experience expressed. It's really got nothing to do with you. You just happen to be the unfortunate one or the reason for them to express. And if you can see your life and the situations going on around you this way, oh my goodness, you will be liberated. So whatever happens around you, don't take it personally. So if I see you walking by and I say, hey, you're so stupid, without even knowing you, it's not about you. It's about me. It's all about me. If you take it personally, then perhaps maybe you believe that you're stupid. Maybe you think, how does she know? How does she know I'm stupid? Is she psychic? Or is it so obvious to everyone that I'm so stupid? Can everyone see how stupid I am? You take it personally when you agree to whatever's been said. The truth is, with the awareness that it's not really about you, in this example, it's about me. If I call you stupid, it's about me. I've got some reason to criticize because I criticize myself, because I have low self-esteem, or I don't feel good about myself, or I'm angry, or I'm upset, and I'm just spewing this. I'm projecting this. So depending on how you receive this information without this awareness and what an emotional experience is for you, it's going to ruin your day or your week. And you can't rationalize this. You can't use reasoning or logic, because there isn't any logic. The only reason a person says things that upset you is because of their own background, their own conditioning. And this you've got to believe. You've got to know. Whatever's coming from a person, good or bad, is because of where they are in their life. So, when you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. Everything we take personally causes us to suffer unnecessarily. We just get upset about it and we have a bad day. There's absolutely no need for that to happen at all. So I'm here to suggest to you that you train yourself through practice and awareness to develop this immunity. So going back to the example I asked you to think about this week, think of the worst thing that happened to you and the thing that made you the most upset or the most angry. And just think to yourself, yes, if I was immune to the opinion of others or to their actions. Hear me here. This is more than just what people say. This is even what people do, or let me add, don't do. If you can become immune, then you won't be a victim. You won't say, you see what you did with this head out loud in your mind. You see what you did. Look what you've done. You've done it again. Why didn't you do that? Or why did you do that? All of that just disappears. You make yourself immune to that suffering. Basically, you get out of the victim mentality. What I'm asking you to do is get out of victim and take 100% responsibility for your own emotions. Take 100% responsibility for yourself and say, I'm responsible for how I feel, and this that's happening right now, it's got nothing to do with me. So when a person is, let's just say at home, someone doesn't pull their weight, or at work, someone is lazy, you can take it personally and think that their actions are because of you. It's not because of you. There's something going on with them that's putting them into that space at that particular time, making them behave in that particular way. Yes, you can address it. Yes, you can say something. However, what's going on there, don't you take it personally. So have a discussion, but have it from a place of freedom. Have it from a place of detachment. Have it from a place of no emotions. We're not getting emotion involved here. We're not struggling as a victim, like blame. You know, you did this and it upset me. So when it comes to being offended or taking things personally, it all really is because of our own personal importance. How important we think we are. I don't know if anyone watches Osho, O-S-H-O, Osho. He's also called Sadhguru, the guy with the turban, the long beard, very wise guy all over YouTube. You can Google him. I just watched a video of him last week saying, all our suffering is because we think we're so important. He said, chill out, have fun. Life is meant to be fun. You're not that important. Yes, you are important, but you're not so important for you to create this belief that everyone's doing these things to you or because of you. Someone just joined. Whoever it is, welcome to the call. I may just mute your line. There's a bit of noise there. Who just joined? Oh, I can't hear. Okay. Well, welcome, whoever it may be. So personal importance, that's the reason that you're offended. Having all this personal importance is the maximum expression of selfishness. There's nothing wrong with self-preservation, looking after yourself, taking care of yourself. But when it says that you're going to be offended by everything that happens if it doesn't go your way, if conditions and circumstances aren't what you want them to be or don't meet your personal expectation, then you're going to be offended, then no. So personal importance is this thing that makes us have this assumption that it's all about me. And the truth is we're conditioned this way. We're conditioned to believe that we're responsible for everything. Me. It's always me. Well, my friends, I'm here to tell you, nothing others do, nothing is because of you. It's because of themselves. It's because of themselves. If you want to make a note, that's the only note you have to make tonight. Nothing others do is because of you. It's because of themselves. And if it's nasty, ugly, and horrendous, it's because that's where they are in their life, in that place. You can feel sorry for them, have compassion, but it's not because of you. So even when a situation seems very, very personal, or if others insult you or betray you, I love this example about betrayal, because in an extreme example of betrayal is someone having an affair. Even that is not personal. It's not because of you. It's because of someone else's need, I don't know, to be validated, to be approved, to be wanted, to be the focus point of someone else's attention, whatever it may be. But even betrayal has nothing to do with you. What they say and what they do and their opinions that they give are according to the beliefs that they have in their own minds. And their point of view comes from their perception, and their perception comes from their conditioning, from their programming. It's all their paradigm. It really is nothing to do with you. So if a person offends you, so I love this picture here. Why are you fat? So if a person offends you, it's a reflection of their own belief system. Nothing to do with you. When a person offends you, let's just say, use this example, they call you fat. Don't take it personally, because the truth is the person is dealing with his or her own feelings, their own beliefs, their own opinions. And what they do is they just send you what I call poison. They're sending you this poison. If you're going to take this personally, this thing about being called fat, for example, and really, be upset about it, it means that you're going to take this poison, you're going to drink this poison, and now it's going to become yours. Now it's your poison. You've chosen to drink that. So taking things personally also makes you easy prey for these type of people, these type of what I call predators. So if you take it on, it becomes yours. If you take on their garbage, their poison, whatever you want to call it, it becomes yours. So it's not important to me what you think, and I don't take what you think personally. Here are some examples. If someone said these things, Jeanine, you're the best, I shouldn't take it personally. Because when we do, it's going to inflate us somehow, and maybe it's got nothing to do with the truth or anything to do with that. It's that person wanting to express that, give you a compliment, whatever reason they do that is because of them. Whether they say you're the best or whether they say you're the worst. Whether they say, oh, Jeanine, you're doing so well, or, Jeanine, how dare you do that? Whatever it may be, don't take anything personally. Whatever you think, it's theirs. Whatever it is that comes out, it's their issue, it's their problem, it's not yours. It's just a reflection of the way that they see the world. And the reason that I don't take anything personally is because I have this awareness that a person says or does things because wherever they are dealing with themselves. They're not actually dealing with me. I'm just there as a catalyst, as a trigger, as an opportunity, as a reason, as an excuse, whatever you want to call it, for them to deal with their own issue. And as long as I know this, I'm going to take nothing personally. Because if we took anything personally, even if it's good comments or bad, we're going to get emotionally involved. And if we train ourselves to keep doing this, we're going to get wound down when it's negative and look all the time for the positive words and actions like a craving. You continuously want that if this is what you train yourself to respond to. So that's why I say, even when people say you're the best, you're doing so well, easy. Thank you. Appropriate response. But don't take it personally. People will always have their own opinion. Opinions are like belly buttons. Everyone's got an opinion. And you know what? Very often they differ. They're just an opinion. And their opinions depend on their beliefs. So when people have an opinion, please know it's not true about you. It's just their beliefs. I love this quote below. You can read it for yourself. So really, just awareness that opinions and beliefs of someone else is just based on their own paradigm, their own beliefs. So your point of view is your perception. Their point of view is their perception. And whatever's coming from you, I just got to remember that it's your truth. It's not mine. So in this picture over there, you can see everyone's got their own thing in their own world going on, and don't get caught up in that and take things personally. This is wonderful, major truth. This is really something we should take note of. If you get mad at me, I know you're dealing with yourself. Please, if there's something that you want to take out of tonight's presentation, let it be this slide. You are afraid. Whenever people do things, when they're mad at you or they inflict negative emotion, It comes from fear. There are really only two emotions. There's love and there's fear. All positive emotions stem from love. All negative emotions stem from fear. And I mean all. Anger, resentment, greed, jealousy, envy, sadness, frustration, whatever it may be, all stem from fear. So if someone gets mad, just know, I am the excuse for you getting mad, not the reason, the excuse. If you get mad, it's because you're afraid. You're dealing with fear. If you're not afraid, there's no way you'll get mad. If you're not afraid, there's no way you'll hate. If you're not afraid, there's no way you'll be jealous. If you're not afraid, there's no way you'll be sad. Can you just see how everything stems from their place emotionally, mentally? So here's the awareness, which is a major truth. Want to make notes? This is the slide to make a note of. Okay, so when you feel good, we know how wonderful life is. When you feel good, everything around you is good. Everything makes you happy. You love everything. You love everybody because you love yourself. There's another lesson on Meaningful Monday. I've repeated this almost in all the lessons since I taught it, which is 10 steps to loving yourself. It's got to be the most important lesson to listen to. If you haven't heard it, I suggest you go to the YouTube channel. It's the Silva Method Australia YouTube channel and listen to the recording of 10 ways to love yourself or 10 steps to love yourself. Because everything in our life comes from the degree to which we love ourselves. So people who are really having a very hard life, struggling with everything, complaining all day long about all that's going wrong, the reason is they lack self-love totally. People have got everything going for them. They're always happy. They're always upbeat. They always seem to win. Things work out for them. The truth is they love themselves. Even when it comes to how much money you earn, it's a reflection too. So the more you love yourself, the better you do for yourself and everyone around you. Everything is wonderful. Everything is beautiful. Everything's amazing when you love yourself. The reason why I put the Silva Method there is just to remind people who may not know, I train a 4-day program called the Silva Method. It's a 4-day dynamic meditation program. And in that training, we actually train ourselves to feel good. We train ourselves to have more positive thoughts than negative thoughts. We have a technique to learn to love yourself more. We have a technique to change our programming and our paradigm and our subconscious wiring, because the mind is very, very strong and the mind is very, very powerful. With just a little bit of training, you can literally change your life. So whatever it is that you need to tweak or adjust is very simple when you deal with your mind at the subconscious level. Okay, so even the opinions that you have about yourself, that's an interesting one, are not necessarily true. So we've been talking up to now about getting offended or taking it personally when other people say things or do things. Well, I'm going to suggest that even your own voice in your own head is not necessarily true. You don't have to take everything that you hear in your head personally, because the voice in your head changes all the time. If you don't believe me, try to become more aware, and you'll see what goes on in your head. There's an excellent book called The Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer. And the first, I'd say, third of the book is all about this voice in your head. And he said if you could have this voice outside of you as another person, it would be the worst relationship under the sun. And you'd be embarrassed to say any of those things out loud. But yet we say these things to ourselves. The truth is they're conflicting beliefs that go in our head against each other all the time. Sometimes it feels like there's a war going on inside us. I know this is true because I experienced this myself. I'm not perfect. I'm like all the rest of you. I have this going on a regular basis. One day this, one day that. I've had these thoughts that are going on in my head, and they're often against each other. This is the reason that humans hardly know what they want, how they want it all, or when they want it. When you ask people, what do you really want? Not everybody can answer that straight away across all areas of their life. And the reason they don't agree with themselves a lot is because one part of your mind wants one thing, another part of your mind wants another thing on another day. A part of your mind supports a certain idea, and then on a different day, it objects to that very same thing. This all creates inner conflict within ourselves. My view and suggestion is Don't take even the voices in your own head personally, because it will only cause you unnecessary suffering. So what could you do about it? Well, here's a suggestion. Get a notebook. I've done this myself as an exercise for 18 months at one stage of my life. Get a notebook and start to take inventory of the beliefs in your mind, whatever the thoughts, the agreements that we make with ourselves. Only then can we make sense of the chaos. So what you do with this notebook is every time you have a negative emotion, regardless of what that is, make a note in this notebook of yours what's going on. And try to find the belief that you hold about that situation, because it's that belief that you hold that is causing you the suffering. So it's a perfect example. Many years ago, this is like quite a long time ago, but there was a stage where I really, really disliked my job, really intensely. And I was upset going to work every day. I was in a negative mood. I didn't want to go. I felt, I don't know, like doing something against my will or something that I'm not happy to do. It was really a lot of negative emotion. So I had, to a degree, this awareness, but not what I have today. But I knew that this helped to write it down, and I just write down there, I hate my job. Then with awareness, I realized this is a belief. We think things are facts, but they're actually beliefs. Most things are not facts, they're beliefs. So if you make a list of things, whenever you're unhappy, and try to write the belief down, you will learn so much about yourself, you'll be astounded. Once I came across this belief, I hate my job, I thought if I change that belief, I'm going to change my reality. So what did I do? I just used to spend every moment on public transport, going to work every day, repeating in my head, without kidding, hundreds of times every day, I absolutely love my job. I absolutely love my job. Like a mantra, on purpose, to change that belief. And did you know, it took a while, but that belief did change, and my whole experience changed, and I did love my job. And nothing at work changed, not the boss, not the clients, not the workload, not the people, not the pay, not anything, not the environment, not the desks, nothing. I changed. It's the belief we hold creating our own reality. So when I say the voice in your head changes all the time, truly it does. On the days you're feeling bad, take inventory, write it down. You will learn so much about yourself. This is the tip I have for you if you want an exercise to change your life significantly. Make a note when you're feeling unhappy and try to work out what belief are you holding about the situation that's causing you unhappiness. Okay, I love this quote by this guy, Don Miguel Ruiz. It says, humans are addicted to suffering at different levels and to different degrees, and we support each other in maintaining these addictions. It's true. As crazy as this sounds, this is drama. And not everyone is addicted to drama as much as others. We all have different degrees. But there is some level in all of us to a degree. It could be tiny, it could be massive, but to a degree. We have got some need for a bit of drama. And all I'm here to tell you is drama is an addiction. It's a diagnosable addiction. It's an addiction just like cocaine. Drama is an addiction. So this addiction about suffering is very true. So this is quite interesting. We have this thing for drama. So let me just share these two interesting points with you. If you have the need to be abused for whatever reason, your conditioning, you're going to find it easy to be abused by others. You're going to go into situations all the time where people are going to treat you badly. And you're going to wonder why people treat you so badly. It comes from your conditioning. If you are with people who need to suffer, so let's say it's them that have it, for whatever reason, I don't know, but something in you makes you abuse them. And you don't have to take my word for this. This is in books of psychology. You can look this up in textbooks in university on psychology. It's true. So again, with awareness that we're addicted to suffering at different levels and that we maintain this and help each other maintain it is a really important awareness, because we need to stop it, stem it, disconnect from it, and change it. So here, whatever people are doing to you, like we think people are doing things to us, just taking it personally. They're not. It's a mirror. Whatever people are doing to you that you don't like, I want you to be aware that you are doing that very thing to yourself. Life is just a mirror, and what you see out there, you must first see inside of you. So here's an example. Let's just say, wherever you go, you find people breaking promises to you or being unreliable. And you don't like that at all. It's against your values. And you ask, why do people keep letting me down when I don't do this with other people? The truth is, as your awareness grows and you understand this, you are doing that very thing to yourself. Yes, you may not do it to others. You may not let others down and break promises with others or be unreliable. But where in your own life are you doing this to yourself? Where are you letting yourself down, breaking promises with yourself? Because life is a mirror. So again, if you've got any relationships, they are our best teachers. Any relationships that we don't like, or when people get under our skin, they're our teachers. Work out what it is that you don't like that they're doing, and go somewhere quiet and contemplate, where am I doing this to myself? You'll learn a lot and help you change your life. Okay, so where we're striving for is freedom. So when we really see others as they are, without taking it personally, we can never be hurt by what they say or what they do, their actions as well. So, my friends, there's a huge freedom in taking things personally. Just to tell you, even if others lie to you, it's okay. Because someone will only lie to you if they're afraid. Again, it comes back to that fear thing. People lie when they're too afraid to tell the truth. And why are people afraid to tell the truth? Why do they lie? Because they're afraid that you'll discover that they're not perfect. That's what they're afraid of. So again, it's not about you. Don't take it personally. If someone's not treating you with love and respect and they walk out of your life, it's a gift. Just be aware. Otherwise, you can endure endless suffering unnecessarily. Whatever you do, if they stay in your life, detach. Don't take it personally. Recognize it's coming from them. It's not because of you. So, talk about freedom. Freedom is happiness. Freedom is what makes life light, fun, simple, easy, creative, unrestricted, just that wonderful feeling. That's what we're meant to experience. So my suggestion is cultivate a strong, strong habit from today onwards to not take anything personally. And if you can do this, you're going to avoid so much unnecessary suffering and upsets in your life. So how many of you would like to have all these things disappear? Anger, frustration, jealousy, envy, despair, sadness. Wouldn't you love all of that to just dissolve out of your life? The truth is you can. If you can create a strong habit to take nothing personally, and the minute something happens and triggers you, just tell yourself, this is not personal. It's not about me. It's their stuff. They're going through stuff and they're dealing with it. And I happen to be here, right time, right place, and I'm the reason. So you can become immune to all these things that normally would affect you. Think about it. If people gossip about you and you find out, and it's not nice at what they've said, how upset we get. We get mad. I'm saying to you, gossip, maybe make a note. If people criticize you, it doesn't matter if they're even joking. Boy, we are offended. I'm saying, let it wash. Criticism or judgment. People think that you can or can't do something. Guilt. How many people do and say things to make us feel guilty? Or rejection. Rejection's got to be one of the biggest fears of people. Fear of rejection is massive for every single one of us. It starts when we're a tiny little infant, to be abandoned or rejected. So it's in our adult life too. I'm saying, let's be aware of all these things: gossip, rejection, criticism, guilt, judgment, and tell yourself, I too can become immune to all of this, to a point that nothing can affect me. So can you see how important taking nothing personally is? It's about changing a habitual pattern of response, or let me say a habitual pattern of reaction. When we take things personally, it's a reaction. Now that you have this awareness, pause, take a breath, don't react, respond. Let the voice in your head tell you calmly, this is not your stuff, I'm not going to take it personally, and you are empowered. You choose. Everything about the way you feel, you choose. You choose your own feelings. No one can make you feel anything you don't want to feel. So here it is, putting it out there. Choose. Choose happiness. Choose not to be taking things personally, not to be offended. Choose unconditional happiness. That, my friends, that is freedom. So maybe put this up visibly somewhere in your house, on your desk. Anything. Don't take anything personally. So let's quickly summarize. Nothing others do is because of you. It's their stuff, their perception, their paradigm, their baggage, whatever's going on. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality. And when you are immune to the opinions and reactions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. And you will be free. And that's what life's about, happiness and freedom. So here's a quote. You are never responsible for the actions of others. Never. Don't let anyone ever tell you, you made me do that. No. People are responsible for their own actions. You are only responsible for yourself. And when you truly understand this and refuse to take things personally, you can hardly be hurt by the careless comments or actions by others. That's what we want. Okay. So knowing all of this, the best news is you can live with your heart wide open. That book I was talking about earlier, The Untethered Soul, there's a whole section on opening your heart. We are here in this life journey for no other reason than to evolve on a spiritual level. That's the truth. What I mean by that is there's a physical part of you, this human being that you are, this flesh, bag of bones and flesh. And then there's a non-physical part of you, your spiritual being, which is most of you, not the least of you, the most of you. You're first and foremost a spiritual being here having a human experience. If we can evolve spiritually to the highest level, that level is unconditional love. When you love with an open heart, expecting nothing in return, every millisecond of your life, that's the ultimate goal. So you can live with your heart wide open if you have this freedom of not taking things personally, because then you can say, I love you, without any fear of being ridiculed, of being rejected. You can go ahead and ask for what you need in life or what you want. You can choose what you want without guilt, without self-judgment. And you can always follow your heart. You can be in any situation with inner peace and happiness. And this can help you stay in a state of bliss. You know, even Buddha said, never get too excited about anything and too unhappy about anything. It's like that middle way, like a pendulum that swings too far left is going to swing too far right. So too much extreme of this, too much extreme of that. Try and stay in the middle way, and we do this with nothing more or less than the awareness that you can choose, not taking things personally, and live with an open heart and love. Love everyone, love more, love unconditionally, love fully. And the more you do that, the more you teach others how to do the same. Because words don't teach. We can only teach people through our actions. So that's it for the lesson. Was that helpful? Are there any comments from anyone? Anybody want to share anything? I'll unmute your lines if you do. Any comments at all? Anyone want to offer an opinion? No? Yes?
No.
Okay. Well, if you do, just interrupt me. Otherwise, I'm going to carry on. You're more than welcome to interrupt me and move on. Stop me anytime. So for now, welcome, Blondine. I see you there on the call. So now,
Thanks.
you're welcome. So now's the time for a guided meditation. This is about 10 minutes. What you want to do, the intention of doing this is to reset your body, relax it deeply, and we're going to reset the mind for the month ahead. And doing this, the purpose is to set your intention. There's even books called The Power of Intention. There's a lot that we can learn from intentionality, because whatever our intention is, we tend to achieve. So what do you want to focus on for the month? How this is going to work for those people who are new on the call is I'm going to put some music on. I'm going to put the camera off. I'm going to take you into a calm, relaxed state. It's going to take a couple of minutes to relax deeply through a guided meditation. So just using your mind, visualizing, using your imagination with what the guidance says, you'll come to a part where you're very relaxed. Towards the end, I'm going to ask you 3 questions. So get yourself a pen and paper handy if you haven't got one already. Sit in a comfortable position, holding your pen and paper, close your eyes, go into meditation, and at the end, when I ask the questions, just open your eyes slightly, write your answers down, and when you finish answering that question, close your eyes and just go back into meditation. So basically, we're going to ask the questions about what we need to focus on for the month, what steps we need to take, what do we need to let go of, things like that. So it won't take very long. So if you all want to grab a pen and paper, if you haven't got one, go and do so now. I'm going to just switch the camera off and put some music on. Okay, so just make yourself comfortable now. Close your eyes and take a deep belly breath in the lower part of your abdomen, not in your chest. Take a deep belly breath in your belly. And as you exhale, just relax. Take another deep breath. And as you exhale, allow the tensions in your body to release and float away. Take another deep breath. And as you exhale, begin to feel your body relaxing. Feel the tension leaving your scalp. Feel the tension leaving your forehead. Relax your eyes, your cheeks, your tongue and jaw. Your neck. Take another deep breath. As you exhale, relax your shoulders. Relax your arms and hands. Take another deep breath. And as you exhale, feel the tension leaving your back. All the way down your spine. Relax your chest. Relax your abdomen. Relax your hips and pelvic area. Take another deep breath. And as you exhale, allow the tension to release in your thighs. Relax your thighs. Relax your knees. Relax your calves. Relax your feet all the way down to your toes. You are now experiencing a deep state of relaxation. Now you're going to create in your mind an ideal place of relaxation. It can be real or imagined, somewhere that you've actually been, or somewhere that you'd like to go. Just allow it to be a place where you feel totally relaxed. Begin to experience this place right now. Take your time. Now that you have created your ideal place of relaxation, you're going to add a waterfall of white light into the scene. Place it wherever you choose. The waterfall is gentle, allowing you to stand under the cascading white light. The light is a healing energy, a clearing energy. Your waterfall of white light is now created. Walk over to the waterfall and stand under the white healing light. Allow the white light to swirl around you, encompassing you within its glow. It is clearing the stress, the tension, and the clutter of the day. Feel it clearing the stress, tension, and clutter of not only the week, the entire month before, but of the year. Feel it clearing the stress and tension from the lifetime, from your energy field, or your atmosphere, or your aura. As the light clears your energy field, notice how much happier you look. Feel the lightness. Feel that happiness. Notice the smile on your face. See how the weights that you've been carrying are no longer a burden. Notice how your energy field is expanding out as you are radiating love. This waterfall of light is always available to you whenever you need it. All you need to do is close your eyes and imagine your ideal place of relaxation and immerse yourself in this healing white light. Now, take a deep breath, relax deeper, and repeat these beneficial statements to yourself mentally. Every day, in every way, I am getting better, better, and better. Positive thoughts, suggestions, and images bring me benefits and advantages I desire. I will always maintain a perfectly healthy body, mind, and immune system. The following statements are for your better health. Keep in mind that from now on, I will occasionally be speaking in your place. Every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every cell, tissue, organ, and system of my body is revitalized, restored, and renewed, resulting in a perfectly healthy body, mind, and immune system. I'm able to function in harmony physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually to promote maximum benefits. My awareness in using my mind allows me to do activities that promote increased health physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Now imagine the white light turns to green. You are now immersed in a glowing green light. This green light is unconditional love. It surrounds you. It encompasses you. Feel this unconditional love as it flows through your entire being. It fills you with love. All those hurts you felt, all those pains you felt, the angry moments, allow this green light, this unconditional love, to heal all those spaces now. You are an amazing human being. You deserve love. You deserve joy. You deserve abundance. And you deserve peace. It is now time to step out of the waterfall. Step out of the waterfall of light. Your energy field is now clean and clear. You are centered. You are energized. You are able to think more clearly, focus more easily. You are in the flow of universal love and energy. Take a moment now to bask in this feeling of connectedness. You have now reset your body and mind for the month. It is now time to set your intention for the month ahead, the month of September. Tune into your inner wisdom now. Tune in to your higher self, that part of you that if you tuned in, guides you and intuitively knows what is best for you. I'm going to count backwards from 10 to 1, and when you reach the count of 1, you will have tuned in to your highest wisdom, your higher self. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are now tuned into your own inner wisdom, the part of you that when you tuned in, guides you intuitively knows what is best for you. Feel this alignment with your higher self. Feel the connection. Relax. And now ask yourself the following questions. And as you get an answer, don't judge it or overthink it. Just write the first thought that comes to mind down. The first question is, what do I need to focus on for the month of September? What do I need to focus on for the month of September? Whatever comes to mind, write it down. Then take a deep breath, close your eyes again, and re-enter your meditative state. The next question is this. What steps do I need to take me closer to what I want to be, do, or have? What steps do I need to take me closer to what I want to be, do, or have? Whatever comes to mind, write it down. Next question. What do I need to let go of? What do I need to let go of? Whatever comes to mind, write down your first impressions. And lastly, ask yourself, is there anything else? Is there anything else I need to know or anything else I need to do? Is there anything else? Now allow a deep breath. As you exhale, relax. Slowly bring your attention back to your body. Gently wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and have a big stretch. Blessings to all of you. Excuse me. Welcome back, everybody. Just going to carry on. Did you enjoy that, all of you? Yes, no, maybe?
Yeah, it was great.
Right. Did you get some answers there?
I did.
Did they surprise you at all? Even a little bit?
The last one did a little bit.
Okay,
The others I kind of knew what to do this month.
great. Okay. The reason I asked if anything surprised you is just to let people know that at any time in your life, if you want answers, the best place to go is within. It's not to another person or a counselor or a therapist or even a coach or mentor. The answers cometh from ourselves are the best. And if you ask yourself the question in a conscious state, you're going to get all the logical answers you normally know about. But when you go into a meditative state, and this was really quick, this was 10 minutes. But if you can take 20 minutes and go into a deep meditation and ask yourself any question that you're struggling with and just be quiet and silent, the best wisdom comes from within. So just to let you know, you can always find answers from yourself, your higher wisdom. And this is recorded, so you could use this or any other meditation at any stage, even just play relaxing music. You can do this yourself. Okay. Any comments from anyone or anything? Just shout out or interrupt me or let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap up this evening. Just to let you know what's for next time. So the next time is about words. This is something so obvious for some people, but I'm going to bring this lesson across about the creative power of our word, because words do create our life. And words are also a much firmer, let's call it vibration, than our thoughts, because you only say something once you've thought it. And by the time you're saying it in words, you're really in the manifesting mode. So just to talk about words and how words create your life and what you can change or what you can implement in your life to create more of what you want. So just in terms of upcoming events, the 4-day Silva Method program up next is over 2 separate weekends in September. The first weekend, 8th and 9th, then 2 weeks later is intuition training, which is 22nd and 23rd. And then the next Silva 4-day training is 4 days in a row, which is in November. And then, very exciting, is Mind, Body, Spirit Festival in October, Darling Harbour. We'll be exhibiting there for the 2nd year. So please do come and say hello. It's 4 days, from Thursday to a Sunday. Pop round. It's a wonderful festival, awesome vibe going on there, amazing people, great exhibitors, and so much to be learned from just hanging out there for a day. And then lastly, Silva Kids. If anyone who knows kids, if you don't have your own, maybe you want to share this with them. There is a kids program to help children deal with everything from managing, reducing stress, to making decisions, to help deal with dreams, using them to create solutions in their life, whatever it may be. Mind, body healing, getting rid of headaches without medication, all of that. That's in Silva Kids. That's end of October. So otherwise, my friends, that's it from me tonight. If anyone wants to know more about the Silva Method and doesn't know enough about it, you can go to my YouTube channel, and there's several presentations there. Some are webinars, some are live events recorded, called the 4 Key Skills to Take Charge of Your Life. And this is based on the Silva Method, and it helps you get an understanding of what the program is all about. But these 4 skills here are really all you ever need in any time in history or any culture to have whatever you want. How to manage and reduce stress, that's staying calm and focused, having clear, meaningful goals, knowing how to achieve them, how to know what limiting beliefs you have and overcoming them, and how you can make smarter decisions for yourself in your life and recognize opportunities, and that's all about intuition. So that's it from me. I'm going to just stop the recording.